Welcome, jabronis, to Riding the Pine, hosted by myself, Drew Backley, co-hosted by my brother, Jesse Backley, and our good buddy, Jake Black Velvet Hugendorn. And welcome back to our 5th episode of Riding the Pine. With me today is Jesse Backley. Say hello to all the good people.
Gordy.
Gordon. Yeah. Gordon Bombay. Joshua the Birdman Craven. That's all they get, huh?
Yeah.
What if I give a fucking golden intro and you hit us with... That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's Black Velvet?
He decided not to be with us today and go actually to the game tonight with our good buddy Jordan. So thanks, Jake, for not being fucking committed one bit, dick. Actually, I can't blame him because I'd probably choose to go to the game as well.
Same.
Over being here, but hope he has a good time. Anyways, we'll move into our league news before we start. Before we start anything, let's just go over the fact that it's a great week to be a Red Wings fan and just being a local sports fan. Michigan Wolverines just smacked fucking Michigan State. OSU got their asses kicked by Purdue. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. I never give a fuck as long as they lose. Who cares? Anyways, move right into league news.
Forgot to say that the Red Wings got their first win, which is probably like the
Well,
biggest
right.
news.
Yeah. The Red Wings got their first win, so yeah, we are a Red Wings podcast. Sorry, I'm just a little bit excited that we beat State. So
Same as like Purdue beating Ohio State is Detroit getting its first win.
right.
It's about the equivalent of it.
Yeah.
About
Plus, I mean, it was a matter of time before.
you never know.
The way they were fucking going, yeah, we didn't really know. But so around the league, they're talking a little bit more about Seattle possibly having a team in 2020. So we wanted to take it a second and talk about their possible mascots. They got. Should I just read off all 10 or all of them, or let's just read like the top 5. You got the according to the odds, according to the internet, the Sockeyes, which is a salmon. I'm not sure if you guys fucking have ever been outside your house, so I don't know if you guys knew that one. It's a salmon from that area, from northwestern America.
Yeah, and it's not even. It's funny about that. I was reading about it. The sockeyes. It's a popular fish they catch over there.
Yeah.
But it's not even like the state fish. So it's just like some local fish that people catch that the team is possibly going to name itself after.
Well, then you got the whales, seals, eagles, cougars, firebirds, and sea lions, renegades, kraken, evergreens, Rainiers for Mount Rainier, I would assume, totems, and emeralds.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Which one do you like? Which one do you... What do you...
Real quick, Drew, do you know how odds work? Do you know which one is favored here?
Yeah, he
I
did
think,
it wrong.
He did
so...
it wrong, clearly.
Wait, so I thought the biggest number would have been the best odds.
No.
Incorrect. That means you the best odds.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, that means you 1,500 means it's 15 to 1.
Oh,
$1
shit.
would get you 15.
Oh,
whereas the
you
emeralds,
really had to highlight how dumb I am, huh? Okay, thanks. But
You probably confused a lot of people.
That's why
I
Drew
would have
shouldn't
thought that
gamble.
it was like... I didn't, I guess, think... yeah,
You didn't
whatever.
think.
I'm fucking dumb. Yeah, I didn't think. I feel like... I just heard our dad saying in the back, yeah, well, you didn't fucking think that was a problem.
That's true.
Anyways, which one do you like? Or dislike?
Mine, well, I saw the jerseys to the proposed totems, which apparently was an old team like in the Western Hockey Association. It's a pretty sick jersey. I guess it gives like tribute to the natives over there.
Yep.
I like that jersey. The other one I liked was the proposal for this the Kraken. The Kraken that had like a tentacle wrapped around the needle over in Seattle. I liked that one. That one was actually a cool little drawing. And I think the Seals has potential. I think they can make a pretty cool jersey.
Now that was already
logo.
a team too, though, somewhere else. The Seals.
Seals? Really?
That might have been the WHA as well.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I just know there was a Seals team.
I just feel like all the other, like emeralds, like what the fuck?
I like cougars.
Evergreens, I don't want to name
Is that a MILF
a
joke?
team after
No,
a
it's
tree.
a cool name.
Cougars is like every elementary out there.
Yeah, that's my thought on it too.
Wales.
I mean, unless they have some special
Yes.
connection to the actual fucking animal of like a cougar, like I don't know what that would be, but I'm always against anything that is so generic it could be anywhere.
It's too common.
Yeah, I like anything that has to do with your area. I like that a lot. I think unique names are cool. That's why I kind of like sockeyes. I didn't know that wasn't the state fucking fish, but like whales. I mean, how could they be the whales with
The whale
Vancouver?
Well, not just that.
Well, on Vancouver, on their jerseys is a whale,
Yeah.
orca. So
Yeah.
how could they? I don't know.
And
they're
the
very.
Hartford Whalers, I don't think that one's going to survive.
I hope not. It's too generic. So just make your pick then. What would be
My pick would be probably the Kraken. I think that would be a sick little logo. Have the needle and then have like a couple tentacles like wrapped around it, and do like a blue, white, gray mixture, like a marine type of colors, and just
I guess-
let it go.
Well, you kind of took mine because I like that the best too. I think that's fucking sweet. I guess just for variety's sake, I'll go with totems because I'd be excited to see what that color scheme would be,
Okay.
and I'm sure that logo is going to be sweet.
If you were a betting man, which clearly you're not,
Yeah.
which one would you pick? Not your favorite, but
well, I
your
would
best.
pick the best odds then, right?
Well-
The emeralds.
That's not the best
we're
bet
learning.
always. Which also, I would say the best late pick would probably be the Seals. I think they can make something cool out of that. I don't know. I think the Whales has no shot. Sockeyes has a shot, but I just don't.
I think
really
that's cool too. I think that's cool as hell. Put a
Sockeyes and the Seals. would be
badass
my
looking
my
fish
betting
on-
pick.
well.
That was the Kraken.
I guess we'll have to see as we get closer because we do have a bit until that.
What do you think about an NHL team expanding to Seattle?
Um,
Do you think they have enough support up there? They already
Yeah.
have a soccer team, football team, a baseball team.
I think they're gonna do okay. I think that there's a couple cities that I would have liked to seen got it before they did.
I mean, they're super close to Canada. Like,
Well, they're
There's gotta be
super
a
close
lot
to
of-
Vancouver.
yeah,
They're
There's gotta be
very
a
close
lot
to
of
Vancouver. It's gonna have
hockey fans, you think, over in that area?
Well, for a while, it's gonna be exactly how it was when Columbus got a team. How most of their fucking rink was filled with Detroit fans. Now, obviously, that's probably not the case, but it's still, you have to dive in and steal from another franchise's fan base a little bit.
Can you think of another city in the United States, not in Canada, that is more deserving of
Houston.
an expanding team?
Probably-
Houston Texans.
Do I think that? Do,
No, Texans,
do I
sorry.
personally think do I think they deserve it? Not really, but I
A
think
better spot. I'm talking
I-
like, where do you think hockey fans exist in the United States?
that
different
doesn't already
city.
have a team.
Yeah. Would it be out
don't know.
east, maybe? Because that's the only one I could think is maybe like in
Yeah,
Maine or
It's gonna be really hard to steal
or
anyone from Boston or the Rangers. It's gonna be tough. I think maybe they could support a team, but it would take a long time. And again, you'd have to. I mean, those fan bases are so solidified. I think it'd be kind of rough, to steal from those other fan bases. Maybe somewhere out west. Maybe even, one of the Plain states could have another
North
team.
Dakota or something.
Yeah, because I mean they're big into college hockey, and I'm sure a lot of those people already they're either Wild fans or
Yeah.
Winnipeg or whatever. But you might have some wiggle. But financially, I don't know if those cities can support it. So that's why I said Houston, because Houston's a mega city. I mean you didn't go there with me, did you? Did you go to Houston?
No.
It's fucking huge. It's disgustingly big. They have highways that go around their highways that go around their other fucking highways. Like it's just not fair.
Yeah, but those highways involving people do not like hockey.
Yeah.
They like
But
football.
I probably would have said that about Vegas too. I
I
don't know.
would say that about Dallas in general, but I
Right.
mean,
Well, they got the Stars,
yeah.
so I mean, and their fan base is pretty good. But let's, I guess, we just talked about Vegas. But and with these expansion teams, it just makes you think how much. And I think Fox Sports kind of talked about it the other day. It just makes you think how much NHL level talent is just slipping through the cracks because there's physically not enough slots in the NHL for the amount of talent, because the American Hockey League and all these worldwide leagues have grown so much, and they're so skilled that they could probably support another 2 to 3 teams.
Yeah, I mean, if I think over like the last couple decades, you've seen like the KHL and other leagues in general across the world
Yeah.
grow,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of makes that gap a lot smaller between the NHL and KHL and even the AHL, because all these players are playing in these different leagues, and they're getting a lot better than they used to because there's not that skill gap between NHL and the other leagues like there was.
Right. Yeah. But the reason why I bring it up because it makes me a little bit sad to think how many dudes probably could have had like amazing careers in the NHL, but just because they didn't impress the right coach at the right time, and that team's perfect slot to have someone come up, which you're always going to have that no matter what. So that like you're never going to fully get rid of that. But if you can support more guys in growing the sport, and just think about how that would affect those cities as far as like, okay, those guys retire in that city, they start coaching their kids' teams, or they start investing in the programs locally around them. Like with, remember we had a friend that moved to St. Louis, and then got coached by Al McInnes down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he came back up, and he was just as good of a hockey player as we were, and that probably would not have happened if they don't expand into St. Louis. Of course, that's 20 years ago, but I mean, look, 20 years from now, that could be happening in Vegas. That could be happening in Seattle. Who the fuck knows?
I just hope, because I agree that a lot of players are getting missing out on the NHL because of not being scouted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pavel Datsyuk, just like Black Velvet mentioned a couple episodes ago. the only one dude.
We don't even say Jake's name from here on out. We just call him Black Velvet.
only one dude went to scout him, and it wasn't even to see him. It was to see another guy, and then he saw Pavel. So he's the perfect example of some star who could have been missed. And I think it happens a lot. And I guess because we have so many people playing hockey across the globe now, because it's expanded. Have you seen did you see on the NHL Network that there was a Kenya team?
My God, yeah.
In Africa that came over.
Dude, I'm glad you mentioned that. I wanted to talk about that.
That's how far the sport has come.
Yeah, no
and,
shit.
I mean, I hope eventually it gets to the point of like soccer where we have like Detroit will have like a firm, and
you're talking about a group of fans that goes around and fights.
No, that's a firm you want to be a part of. Yeah.
Yes, hooliganism needs to spread into America hockey. Oh, I'm not going to stop yelling, Craven. I'll blow the mic up if we're talking about fighting in the streets for the Red Wings.
Yeah, I got very excited there.
Yeah, well, who won it though?
No, I'm talking about like Detroit having, instead of like, let's say the Little Caesars Youth League, Detroit would have its own.
Like junior.
Well, like every soccer team does.
There's teams that have shit like that.
Huh?
There's teams that have stuff like that.
Yeah, but it would be like across the league where it's
more
you play in their system. Like a lot of those players come from their firm, the youth group, all the way into the top team.
Yeah.
So I hope that's kind of where it goes, because it gives a lot of people an opportunity to be scouted by the right people.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can tell you in the United States, you don't get scouted nearly as much as you do in Canada. You go up to Canada and you're playing like junior tier, like tier 3,
Junior
tier
C.
4. Yeah. Like not good athletes, and there's scouts everywhere.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's
all for like the OPJHL and OHL. There's.
You know how old we are that the OPJ doesn't even exist anymore?
Ontario Province Junior Hockey League does not exist.
It's not called that anymore, at least. It might be, yeah.
What's it called?
Might just be the OPJ. Ontario Province. I don't know. You know how these junior leagues are? They fucking...
it's...
they prop up and then
Ontario... It's OJHL now.
Okay. Ontario Junior Hockey League.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah. I'm just saying, growing up, we were so used to saying OPJ.
Yeah.
And now it's... And when people talk now, I'm like,
HL.
what fucking league are you talking about?
They took that Providence out.
So, anyways,
I guess, I don't know.
I think we beat the hell out of that. Should we just go right into our game reviews?
Well, did you want to talk about the thing about the Kenya team coming over?
Yeah. Real quick. I mean... We're a little bit late to it, but that was so fucking cool to see them come over here and like. And did you see their jerseys? They were sick.
Yeah,
They were badass jerseys.
Were
And
you
those
shocked
dudes-
that they have ice over there?
Yep.
I was.
Yeah.
So,
And it's
so
just
what
starting to-
happened exactly? What are they?
So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know,
Tim
I think it was
Hortons
Tim Hortons.
sponsored. Yeah.
Tim Hortons. There's a African hockey team
And Kenya.
in Kenya.
I saw something about that, but I just didn't know what happened.
With an ice, there's like basically a team over there. There's like one ice rink, a couple kids who wanted to play hockey, and they made an ice rink. And these guys had no one to play, and they basically made a video where they sponsored this team of Kenya guys who didn't even make a full squad. They came over to Canada, gave them the Canadian experience of hockey, and they put Sid the Kid with them and Nathan
That's where I saw
McKinnon
it.
on their team, and they played another team. And it was just cool to see a bunch of people who loved hockey
Yeah.
enjoy playing hockey and basically give up their like so much stuff just to play the game,
Right.
not getting paid, not getting notoriety, just loving to play the game.
Yeah. No, it was really badass.
It really shows you how great of a person Sidney Crosby is.
How
Like,
fucking dare you?
try to expand the game like that.
It just shows how
He's
much money
just
Tim
he's
Hortons
just
pays
fucking
him.
getting discounts off fucking donuts in the
Yeah.
summer. Jeez. Every episode so far, Craven has said he's given a little Crosby plug.
Yeah.
Every episode so far, he's disrespected the entire fan base who's trying to listen to this. It's disgusting.
Crosby's probably listening.
Crosby's never going to listen to this. And if Crosby, if you're listening, fuck off.
No, Crosby, if you do listen, come on the podcast.
Yeah, to get
You won't.
your ass kicked.
He would beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I know.
He would beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, but he wouldn't fight me fair, though. He just jumped me off the fucking face-off like he does to every other guy.
That's how hockey is. Fuck off.
In Ontario, yeah. Anyways. So finally, let's move into the game reviews because these take a little bit. Game against Tampa, we won't talk too long about. We lost 3-1 before we beat Florida. Real quick, yeah, the first shift of the game for anyone who was watching, Darren Helm just was killing himself. Like that first shift, Darren Helm was just off the hinges, skating around and just lighting people up, and it's why people liked Darren Helm before he signed this disgusting
Why
contract.
people like him all the time. He goes hard, but in consequence of going hard, he gets injured. He goes
Yeah.
almost too hard
Yeah.
sometimes, and he'll slip up and go in the corners and injure his knee or his ankle or whatever it is. He's been injured for so long,
Yeah,
consistently injured, and it's because he gives it his all. Which
Yeah.
it's good when you have him giving it his all, but it's like the same idea of a quarterback going too hard and not sliding. Like every now and Darren Helm needs to slow the fuck down, especially in this season where we're not going anywhere, and we need players like him to survive a bit longer if we're going to rebuild and do anything shortly.
yeah. So just real quick, Trevor Daly did a drop pass at the blue line, and I didn't want to just say Trevor Daly because they all fucking do it, but we have this weird strategy on our zone entries now to where we are constantly trying to move the puck right at the blue line, and it's only a good idea if it's 100% for sure pass, right? Like, when are you barely ever going to get that? But anyways, they went off sides, and this is a really long way to just yell at people for going off sides. But our coaching needs to correct that. Every time we're coming down the ice, it seems like there's a 20 or 30% chance someone's going to go offside, and it's just a waste of a rush and a possession, and it's just fucking stupid. Our coaching needs to get on those guys as to not passing the puck right at the blue line like we all learned in 7th grade. You just don't do that.
Well, I think Trevor Daly's used to playing with probably a more skilled team. So you
Yeah,
can pass it to
I would think
Crosby
so.
and Malkin, and people can make the zone entry, where our team does not the same caliber of guys.
No.
So, I mean, we got to play the shit way of dump and chase.
Right.
I mean, if you wouldn't be complaining about that, because Nick Lindstrom used to do that mainly on the power play. But, I mean,
Right.
we used to do that back when we had stars,
When
too.
you-
We'd
yeah.
keep the puck.
yeah,
It's a possession game.
when you have talent like that, you can take a little bit more risks, you
Yeah.
know. So that's
You can compensate for it.
yeah. Again, Helm just had a strong performance. He created a lot of chances for Larkin, and just a little report on Fox Sports Detroit's broadcasting. Ken Daniels was chirping Dylan Larkin for he shaved his goatee. Larkin did, and Ken Daniel goes, "Oh, it looks like Dylan Larkin took money from his new contract and bought a razor." And I guess it was he was like making fun of him for the goatee he had.
You got to spice it up with the way we've been playing. I
Yeah.
feel bad for Mickey Redmond and Ken Daniels out there because
Right.
they're just making shit up now just to keep people watching.
Right. Yeah. Well, they have to. Chalowski looked good again. He was making smart plays, and his zone entry passes are pretty awesome, and that's what he was supposed to be good at. So we'll move right into the game against Florida, the one that we fucking won. We'll probably go a little bit more in depth on this one just because it was way easier to watch than all these fucking losses where all you could pay attention to was Chalowski and Bertuzzi because they're the only ones making smart plays. And Larkin. Anyways, starting off, Rasmussen he would have gotten his first NHL goal off a pretty good tip, off a smart daily shot. Again, it got waved off, but I was pretty excited just to see him. I'm sure that kind of was a mind fuck for him, but just to see that he can actually do something, you know what I mean? Just for his confidence. Hopefully some of that helps him out.
Did you agree with why that got waved off? Did you take a look at, did you review that play?
Yeah, that's Abdelkader touching that would have been the goalie's left pad.
Yeah, did you see where he was touching him at, though?
Yeah.
Outside the crease?
Right. Yeah, I mean that's me and you, but we have an old school view on that. I think that if you go outside the fucking crease, you're basically fair game.
I think that's the rule. That's why we have a crease.
They've kind of adjusted it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way that it was meant to be, but they've kind of adjusted it because they want more goals, which I guess kind of sounds counterproductive, but they don't. They want the goalie to have more of an advantage of coming out of his crease.
I haven't paid attention to that rule, but have they
It's
changed
gone up
it?
I don't know if they've officially made a ruling on it, like changing it, but they've been kind of just I feel like they've just been slowly bending it for like the last 10 years where if you come out of the crease, even if you're out of the crease and the net front guy, in that case it was Abdelkader, if he bumps you, that guy's still at fault somehow. I don't like it, but I try not to be too bitter about the way that they've been changing the league so fucking much because I would lose sleep over it because it makes me so angry sometimes.
Because that play was bullshit, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
overall,
if they're going to change the aspect of a goalie coming outside the crease, they should just make the crease bigger. Make it bigger. If you want to allow the goalie to have more room to come out and stop a puck and not let a guy come into the territory of the goalie, just make the crease bigger. Otherwise,
I think they were actually talking about making it smaller.
Well, that would be fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, the way that they're calling it.
Yeah, the way they're ruling it, if they wanted more goals and all of this, even though that wouldn't really make sense, it would be smaller if they're going for more goals, and they would obviously allow that to be a goal. I don't think that's the case. I think they've been basically just giving a lot more wiggle room to the goalies.
Yeah. Well, they have.
Because they want the goalie to have the fair opportunity to make a save.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be truly fair, then just make the crease bigger, let the goalie come out farther, and just make that a simple rule. Because if you look at that play, Abdelkader's skate never goes inside that crease. Mm-hmm. There should be a flat-out fucking rule that says that's a goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And even by the standards that they're going by right now, it was
discretionary.
still
It's discretionary. It
Right.
seems like it doesn't seem clear. Make
No,
it
it's not.
transparent.
No,
Make
it's
it
not at all.
obvious. I want to be able to watch that replay and predict what's going to happen, and not just have to listen to some dude who's reviewing a tape in fucking Toronto
Yeah.
and getting some bullshit judgment call by the NHL off a whimsical decision.
Right. No, I completely agree. I think
Rasmussen should have a goal.
yeah, he should.
Sorry, bud.
And I think, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think them just making the judgment call is just stupid. They should make it a little bit more black and white so that everyone knows the standards.
Yeah.
But we went on a really good Mickey Redmond rant there. And speaking of that, that might have been my first successful segue into anything else other than just saying anyways. I was about to say.
Well, Drew just fucked that one up.
Yeah, I fucked that one up. But I got waved off, and Mickey went on a rant, and it's just classic Mickey Redmond stuff. And
Oh, I didn't even get to see the rant, so me and
Well,
him agree.
Yeah, you do. First off, if you don't like Mickey Redmond, you should just turn this podcast off because we're probably never going to we're not going to ever disagree with what Mickey has to say because that guy is fucking gold.
I'll disagree with him, but he's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty rare for me.
That's
But
'cause
he went
you
on
like
a
to suck
rant.
his dick.
He says how the game needs to remain tough and how it shouldn't. He says they're going to make it into a game full of fluff, which, I can't be as funny as Mickey, but anyone who knows Mickey knows everything he says is pretty much classic. This was another play I wanted to touch on. It was Chalowski on a 3-on-2, gets the puck in the middle and just immediately fired it and he had double A open on the far side on the wing and just fired it. And I took that as an immediate positive because, and I know a lot of people would
You
say,
might want to explain what a double A open is.
okay, Andreas Athanasiou was wide open on
Okay.
it would have been his right wing, I believe. So the guy, I don't know who passed it to Chalowski. It might have been Nyquist or whoever passes it to him. He doesn't fuck with the puck at all. Just fires it immediately top right, and it was saved, which is fine. But I just like the decision making. It's just clear cut. I'm shooting this if I touch it. Just a one touch shot almost. And like I was gonna say, a lot of people would have said, "Oh, double A was open" or whatever. Like, okay, we are not that skilled. We need that shot first mentality throughout this season at least. And just for Chalowski to have that confidence, because a lot of the young guys, they don't have the confidence to just fire it. They'll try to pass it before they shoot because they don't want to be the person who wastes the rush or the chance, right? So like they'll move it and then that pass gets fucking bobbled and then no one gets a chance and it's all wasted. So I just wanted to touch on that. I like that confidence.
Well, I think that's kind of Blashill's mentality. That's what he's been kind of
I hope so.
barking at the boys to do is just fire the puck on net. So I believe we got 31 shots that game. I think we've been outshot every game though. We were outshot that
close.
game 31-37.
We were outshot or we
were outshot. We haven't won on the shot score sheet.
Yeah, I'm not
Score sheet. Jesus.
I'm not surprised by that. And then Chalowski was rewarded by his efforts in the second period. He had a great shot with big fucking Rasmussen screening the goalie. What does it say? Yeah, Rasmussen 6'6", 221 pounds. So he stands in that goalie, and it's not just Rasmussen's smart enough to get in the way of the goalie's mask. Like the goalie actually can't see with him. You know what I mean? He's not just like
He's a big boy.
yeah. So that's awesome. And then after that great shot, and real quick, Chalowski's goal was such a great shot because he shot it just above where the goalie's leg pads were.
Yeah,
right.
when they would fall.
Right. Exactly.
That's where a lot of people. I mean, you shot it probably like a little bit low, like your waist, but
that's a smart place to shoot. Once you know the goalie's down and that he probably can't see it.
Yeah, but it's not intentional. I've never shot a
so.
puck intentionally just for that reason. You shoot it in midair like that to get tipped or to
possibly, yeah.
You're not thinking of the angle of the pad when it drops down and
I think
how high it is.
I'm fucking awful at hockey, and I think about that all the time.
Well,
that's my favorite. That's my
You've probably been making a play.
No,
You're
that's
probably slow
my
with it.
favorite place to shoot is right once the goalie drops right above, especially like blocker side and shit. Like that's dude.
Maybe your execution's awful. I don't know. Maybe you think
The
about it.
thought
I don't
is
see it.
the thought is there, and the the hockey IQ is there. It's just I'm not physically good. So
Okay. I mean,
Anyways.
the guy who can't bet is telling us he physically thinks on his feet where the pad is going
Who?
to be. You.
oh yeah.
Yeah. The guy who
I mean,
doesn't
not
have
every
bets.
time. I'm just saying it's one of. I do think about it.
You think about shooting, 14 inches off the ice so it goes above the pad?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I do.
I don't even know if you could tell what 14 inches is.
Yeah, I just. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Oh, you got a measuring
Yeah,
stick?
I just put my wiener down twice.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Twice.
Yeah, well, I'm being honest.
generous.
All right, shut up. Vanek scored 30 seconds later, and a halfway slap shot, top tit, And when Vanek scores, he's a classic dude because he's just so effortless always, and then he has zero celebration. You know,
because he's been there.
yeah.
Vanek is probably our most, responsible forward we have.
I don't think he ever really tries, to be honest with you. Defensively, I don't think he tries. And I don't think he really tries that much in general unless it's coming to a good scoring
I'm a
chance.
huge Thomas Vanek fan.
No, I like Vanek too. Dude, who can blame him for not really trying? He could skate his balls off and our team's still going to suck. Like, I just don't think he cares that much maybe. I think he knows he's close to retirement. He's kind of just like,
I don't know. I think he gives his effort in. I think
Right,
he
well-
puts in the shift.
maybe it's just his playing style and I'm just too dumb to understand it. I don't know. But to me, just as a viewer, I look.
He's not Darren Home. He doesn't go
Right.
balls to the wall, but that's never been his playing style.
No.
He's more of like he's closer to. I'm trying to think who would be close to right now. He's very slow. He's methodical. He picks off passes. He gets a lot of steals. He's a great stick handler.
Yeah.
He's more of a skilled guy, and
Right.
you don't have to. He's not the hungry boards guy. He's the guy who comes in after you, lifts up your stick, and takes it and goes.
What I'm saying is that Vanek is also the kind of guy who makes a simple mistake and gets pickpocketed. Not like I'm saying he gets pickpocketed all the time, but if he were to get pickpocketed, he would turn around and realize that the other team's on a 2-on-1 and literally just skate to the bench like, fuck, I'm not fast enough to get there. Whatever they're going to do is whatever they're going to do. And he's just going to change. But let's move on because we got, luckily we have a couple more goals to cover. The best goal of the night was Larkin and Helms' passing play, leading to Larkin's goal.
Yeah,
Were you able to see that
Home
highlight?
made a good pass, basically.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That whole play was fucking beautiful.
I mean, I remember the announcer saying Larkin, like it was like Larkin who made it, and it was just Home not shooting the puck and passing it back. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the counter argument to what you said at the beginning with that 3-on-2 with Cholowski.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
Home played it smart and just passed it back and let Larkin have an open fucking net.
Well, it depends on how much space you have and where you are, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it was a typical 2-on-1 tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same idea with the 3-on-2. You could either pass it back to Cholowski, the top D, and let him shoot, or he could.
Cholowski
if he's a
was right.
right-handed D, he could swing left and let the guy on the right side, Andre Athanasiou, get a wide open shot. And
Yeah.
it really just depends. I don't think one play is better than the other. It's all situational. It all depends on where the goalie is and how you're reading the game in that moment.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is. And it's easy for us to always say what's better to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because we're looking at it. These guys are skating 20 miles per hour making decisions. We're
I mean,
not, so.
the Detroit knows better than anyone because they watch their game over and over, and I'm sure they go to like the microscopic level of like where that goalie was and what did you do in that moment.
Right.
Because that's where I would go as a coach.
Yeah.
Because there's no one theory or one way of doing it.
Yeah. So moving on past that, even though that was possibly the best play of the game, Mike Hoffman from Florida scores to tie it up.
A shit goal.
Yeah, fucking awful goal, and I want to take a second to just hammer Jimmy because that was fucking bad, Jimmy. Fuck. You can't get beat near side all the time. These soft-ass goals, man.
That was soft.
And we're going to be bad all year, and I'm fully okay with that. But watching Jimmy Howard give up weak goals makes me just want to cry that we ever re-signed him. I never had any faith with that guy. Let's get on the record. Never liked Jimmy. I know you do. I'm not trying to have a Jimmy debate right now. It's just that was a soft goal, and he does it way too fucking often.
It was soft.
Okay, that's the end of that. I just yelled to make my point better. And last but not least, Nyquist got the game winner. He needed that for sure because he had not scored. He's before that he has not scored all season. So
My favorite play about that was Larkin actually stepping up. He didn't hit the dude, but I rarely see Larkin make. He's stealing the puck. I
Yeah.
don't see him stealing the puck often. I want to see him making
not crazy often, especially with the speed that he has. You would think that he'd be able to do it a little bit
Yeah.
more.
I
Yeah,
want to see him
agree.
step up in the play and make a one-on-one play and beat the guy,
Yeah.
rather than just get a pass open ice, skate by him, and shoot the puck.
Right.
Like he's got that. I want to see him 1-on-1, and there he stepped up. It was a little bump. The guy messed up, free puck, and gave it to Nyquist, and he scored. We also skipped over the penalty shootout, the shootout goal. Or the
What are you
penalty shot, sorry, not
Yeah,
shootout.
yeah,
Penalty
the
shot
penalty
that
shot.
I forget what the guy's name was. Markov?
Barkov.
Yeah.
Alexander Barkov.
That he-
Yeah, he's
that he
Florida's
missed?
best guy. He's Florida's best guy. He's a fucking monster. What about it? What do you want to say?
Well, I want to. If you look at it carefully,
Mm-hmm.
the refs blow. So the puck hops over a stick because the ice is messed
Mm-hmm.
up or whatever. Puck hops over and it goes, and he basically shoots it behind him. Like basically the puck is behind him.
Yeah.
He doesn't stop skating forward, but he shoots it behind him.
Yeah, but they count that, I think, as a shot attempt.
It was weird because the whistle stopped immediately when that puck hit the pad. Like it was almost like the referees didn't know what to do in that moment because he loses the puck, he whiffs a shot, and then he gets to his backhand and just shoots automatically without thinking, and it's an easy save. But if you listen to the whistle and like the refs, it sounded like they didn't know whether or not
Stopped.
whether or not that should even be a shot or be.
Well, I think I think you're forgetting. A lot of times they look at whether or not your forward progress stopped. Like if you stopped moving forward, you can do a spinorama or whatever, but your body has to still.
he was still going
physically-
forward. That's the only small point I want to make about that. If anyone looks at it close, if you maybe came to the same opinion I did, the refs didn't know what to do on that play.
Yeah.
I wonder like what would have happened if that goal went in, if they would have reviewed it, and what would have happened because in my mind, he was still going forward. It was like one of the first times I've seen a guy, other than the typical spinorama or stuff like that. I want to know when that happens, can you still score? Can you make up and shoot something like that,
I
and
don't
it
know.
goes in and it counts?
I don't know. They probably have to review it. They'd probably be like, we don't know what the fuck to do.
Because if you look at the whistle, it's immediately when that puck hits Howard's pads, and they don't give it. It honestly might have been the same time he shot it. It's hard to say.
So let's go to our next segment, which would, for this episode, we're going to do, if you could create a line of any Red Wings player, from any era, what would you choose? Would you want to go first, or you want me to?
Well, let's go position by position.
Okay.
So let's start with. You want to start with center?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
I'm not gonna just follow what's on here though, because, and for anyone who's listening who hears a certain guy in a certain role and you're like, oh, that's not what he played. We understand that throughout these guys' careers they jumbled around. So
yeah,
a forward can be a center or any winger. Okay, so shut the fuck up.
we got this from, I believe it was Wikipedia, who then got their sources from like all-time roster of the NHL,
Right.
And I forget what the other two all-time rosters were. It was teams. It was two other sites, but
It don't matter.
so yeah, we're
No-
getting
no one's-
their
no one's-
position.
We're not
based
big enough
on
for anyone to
the
be fact
website,
checking
yeah.
us. So,
Yeah.
and if you do, you're a fucking loser. We don't care. Shut up. Go ahead.
I give you my site. Just fuck off. So the center. Here are the ones I thought were important to mention.
You only
That's
get
it.
one pick.
Well, I'm gonna talk about a couple and narrow it down and tell them why I fucking think this is the guy. I'm picking the best center
Fine.
out of all the people who played in
I
the.
want to give a quick update. Carolina has 14 shots and Detroit has 0.
Yeah,
Is that good?
So for anyone, we're recording during the Carolina Detroit game.
and wow,
14 shots. I just broke the mic. I got
how
so
many
angry.
penalties do we have?
I don't know.
Can you?
Oh my God, Carolina's jerseys are so terrible. Actually, the jersey is
Oh,
sweet.
yeah,
That
no, I saw
logo is
those.
so bad.
Those are the alternate jerseys.
Yeah, that fucking
They look
logo
like
is
fucking Pirates of
terrible.
the Caribbean. They have like a stick and then two like red cloth
Yeah.
hanging.
Because I guess the one random cloth that they had previously wasn't random enough. They had to throw a second
I don't
one on
fucking know. It looks awful.
there. Fucking dumb.
It looks like someone, I don't know, just giving up, like waving the white flag, but it's red with a hockey stick.
Who designed that? That's your fucking job.
It's an alternate jersey, and it's terrible. And that's always another thing we should bring up is when or if Detroit will ever make one, but we can save that for
Nah,
a
they
different day.
won't. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're talking about the best center that's ever played at Detroit, or the guy I would pick, not the best.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah, but
because you
the
got to
guy-
also
yeah,
think
I mean,
about.
we're not going. I'm just picking my line, only one line, goalies, Detroit, like wings, D, all that.
Yeah.
To play for my Detroit one line against Drew.
Jesse Backley, Coach Gordon
Coach
Bombay,
Gordon Bombay, Gordy.
Detroit Red Wing line.
Gordy.
Go. Hit us,
Okay.
Gordy.
Well, I wanted to mention the guys. So you got my thought process. You got Sid Abel, Pavel Datsyuk, Alex Delvecchio, Chris Draper, Steve Eisman, and Sergei Fedorov. Chris Draper, out of that, surprisingly enough, he's got the most fucking cups. Out of all those guys you see on that
Well,
list,
dude, he
I
played
just-
forever.
he's got the most cups. He's got more than Stevie Y, Fedorov, Alex Delvecchio,
Yeah.
Pavel, and Sid Abel. He's got 4 cups with
Yeah.
our team.
Draper was an Iron Man, dude.
I mean,
He's
I think a
fucking
lot of
monster.
people would probably like, why is he saying Chris Draper in the first place? Like, it's not even close. And I put him on my sheet because he's got 4 cups and he's a winner. But
Chris Draper is the model for anyone who wants to make a career off being a third line center. He is. He should be every guy's role model
he's
who's trying to.
basically our production line of that time. Yeah, I mean, that was not the producing line, but like
Right.
our grind line, production
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
I mean, like the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
But and produce at the same time.
Yeah.
But mine's obviously gonna be Pavel, just because you know how biased I am about Pavel, and I honestly would say this. Yeah, I just believe he's probably the best player. He was at one point, 2008,
player in the world.
2007. Yeah,
Best player in the world.
His peak was better than anyone I've ever seen. So I'm going with
I agree.
Pavel. I love Stevie Y. Sergey was a badass too. I'd probably pick Sergey before Stevie Y though, if I had to choose. So I'd probably go Pavel and
We'll go-
Sergey.
Move to your wings
No, you go. No, what's your
for center.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Stevie, but like I said, I'm
Why
custom.
Stevie over Pavel?
Can I just do all of mine so I can explain it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
After this, we'll put it on Twitter too. Make a poll.
yeah,
So make sure to vote on who's the best.
okay. The Birdman's spoken. I'm just gonna do all of them because that's how my brain works. I'm gonna have Steve Eisman as center.
Got it.
I'm gonna have Pavel on his wing.
Wait, no,
I'm doing
can't
it.
fucking do that.
It looks
It's
like
not
I am.
picking your top 5 favorite players.
It's not my favorite players.
No,
No,
you
it's
gotta make a
I'm
lineup.
making a line out of. I told. Hey, we both agreed to the rules. You said that I could make a forward, and that's what I'm fucking doing.
Okay, you know what?
This
if
is
you're doing that,
America.
I'm doing it too. So go on.
Okay, that's
Go on.
fine. Do it. Do what you need
That's
to do,
fine.
dog.
That's fine.
Okay.
I just want to
Steve-
give credit to some people.
Well, they're not
Go
waiting
on.
on our credit.
Not
Steve
you,
Yzerman.
You fucking idiot.
Steve Yzerman at center. Pavel was right-handed, correct?
No,
Yeah.
he's left.
Oh, left-handed. Okay, so then I'll have him on the. My memory's
How
not.
do you
that
not
good.
remember the
Chill out. Chill out. Okay.
Vulcan and
So-
Bakun goal? I said Vulcan and Bakun goal when he's left-handed and he just does that. How do you not
Who-
remember
who?
he's lefted-handed? Pavel.
Oh
His
man.
goals don't pop up in your head.
Yeah, they do, but I mean, he could have been either-handed. I don't know.
Do you know left and right?
I'm not sure. Okay, so Stevie Y as center, Pavel playing right wing if he's left-handed, and probably Brett Hall as the other winger. I know you're expecting me to say Darren McCarty, but I am trying to make the best. You put Mickey Redmond on here. I love that.
Wait, who's your left winger?
My left winger would probably be Brett Hall for a snapshot.
What the?
No, it's not what the fuck. That might be the best line ever designed ever.
Brett Hall is a right winger.
I don't care.
Pavel
what,
Datsyuk would have to play
I-
left wing.
No, I'm not playing by the rules. I'm creating
Clearly
my own
not.
line. I'm the coach. I'm telling these guys what to play. I'm moving to the defenseman, so just
What hand does Brett Hall shoot on, dumbass?
I think he's a righty.
Okay, thank God.
I believe he's a
And
righty.
you wanted him on what wing?
The left,
Okay. All right.
playing opposite of Pavel. So Pavel's just feeding him the fucking puck, and Yzerman's just being Steve Yzerman and doing everything right that you could ever do.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, best line ever.
All right.
D, first pick is obviously Lidstrom. Second pick, I think I'm going to go with Vlad the Impaler. Vlad Konstantinov.
Okay.
I wanted to have at least one guy that was, added a little bit of toughness. I was a little bit torn with throwing.
Brett Hall's pretty tough.
Who?
Brett Hall.
Yeah, you know,
Not
he
the
was in his
softest.
earlier in his career. He was pretty scrappy. I was considering McCarty or Probert sliding them in there, but I am trying. I built this line as if I wanted to win a cup on my first. Like my first line would carry me to a cup.
Okay.
So goalies. Oh geez, I don't think I would have. Okay, Sawchuk. Okay, yeah, I would take Terry Sawchuk because Osgood I always thought was overrated. Hasek was a monster. I didn't think I wouldn't take him over Sawchuk. Cujo, no. Jimmy Howard, fuck no.
Jimmy
Legacy-
Howard's got out of the stats that I saw that his save percentage.
I'm about to throw up because
Out
I
of-
don't care.
All these goalies is like in the top 2, top 3, with a lot of games played. By the way.
Go ahead. Your
Okay.
turn.
So who'd you pick as a goalie?
Terry Sawchuk.
Okay. So you just made up your own fucking rules of the game, per usual. That's the only way.
That's how I do it, bud. My way or the highway.
Because you can't read the rules.
Fuck.
So my center is going to be Pavel Datsuk, like
Okay.
I explained. Right wing, I had in my list, I had Tyler Bertuzzi, Dino Ciccarelli, Gordie Howe, Brett Hall, Darren McCarty, and Mickey Redmond.
I know you were trying to honey pop me with that Darren McCarty on there. You were trying to get me to pick him. I know it.
I put names that I thought were all-time legends. And
Okay.
Darren
Fair.
McCarty's,
Obviously
he-
a legend.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, he
go ahead.
made, yeah, so.
Darren McCarty, if you ever by chance listen to this, we will have you on in like 1 second.
I mean, I never saw Gordie play, but I'm going to go Gordie Howe, clearly. So that's the guy you're missing. I
Yeah.
don't know. The fucking number 9. Everyone's favorite fucking player. Wayne Gretzky's favorite player. Bobby Orr's favorite player.
Yeah.
So your team's missing that fucker. So I got Pavel and Gordie on the same team. Pretty good. And if I'm going to steal another dude, I'll put Brett Hall. If I'm going to do your way, because my left wings were Ted Lindsay, Bob Probert, Brendan Shanahan, and Zeddy. And if I'm going to go your way, in the same thought process as you do, I'm going to put Brett Hall. I'll put Gordie over the left wing. I'll put no, we're doing Brett Hall on the left wing, Gordie on the right, and Pavel in center. So Pavel
that.
will be able to dish to both those fuckers, and
Yeah.
it's going to be goals for days.
Yeah.
Then Lundstrom, obviously. And I'm going to go with the guy who Scotty Bowman hated, which
Paul
was Paul. Yeah,
Coffey.
I'm going to go with Coffee. I liked his skating. And I thought he was good when he played.
He was
for us.
obviously good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
So
he
I'm
was
going to go
great.
Paul Coffey. But I had Chris Chelios, Nick Lindstrom, Larry Murphy, Paul Coffey, Rod Kelly,
I was hoping you said Paul Coffey actually.
Vladimir Konstantinov, and Marcel Provenos, who I've never seen play, but he's got great
Yeah,
stats.
he's a legend,
and,
yeah. He's actually Mantha's like. They're somehow related. It's some weird. He's not his grandpa. He might be like his grandpa's cousin. Don't quote me on it. They have some weird connection. But anyways,
Okay.
continue.
All right. And then goalies, I had Terry Sawchuk, everyone you basically mentioned. And I'm going to go with Chris Osgood. So, yeah. Dominic Hasek, great goalie.
Yeah.
Curtis Joseph played great until he came to Detroit, even though he had a good save percentage. We just didn't win the cup or do anything. Jimmy Howard, good save percentage, but we haven't done much. Manny Legacy I put in there just because I loved his fucking... I don't know.
liked
Every
Man-
time he
I
came
liked-
in the game,
Yeah.
but we also had a great team that year.
Right.
But I liked... And he also played in the alumni game, so I just fucking put him in. But I'm putting Chris Osgood down just because you say he's overrated, but he's won 2 cups with us. And we've done well with him. Dominic Hasek's got 1... does Dominic have 1? He does have 1 cup with us. And Terry Sawchuk, never saw him play. And his pads will not be good for this game. So
His what?
his pads.
Yeah. No. He
If
would.
he's
He would get
going back
murdered.
to, could
No, he
you
would die.
like?
He would die.
Yeah.
He would take one.
He's
puck
gonna
to
have to
the
get
head
used to the
and-
fucking goalie mask.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even have that. So Chris Osgood, doing bits.
Osgood's mask is outdated as well. It was outdated when he played. So,
It wasn't that.
and
bad.
he's outdated. His
Dominic
haircut's
Hasek's
outdated.
Mask was.
I'm just kidding. I
outdated.
love Osgood announcing. I think he's a really good announcer. It's just
I think he's a good goalie. I just think you suck
yeah.
at picking goalies.
no. Actually, I don't think we've had a good goalie since fucking
Terry Sawchuk.
no, since Mike Vernon.
Oh, well, you could have picked Mike Vernon. He could have been a tough guy on the. I was gonna put his name on, but I got fucking lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hasek was amazing, but he didn't play for us for too long. So, but
Bad news.
let's
for
go to
us
our
here.
let's go to our last subject and then wrap it up.
Okay. And this is going to be on Twitter? Okay. Where can they find us on Twitter?
At Pine Podcast, or if you type in Riding the Pine on Twitter. I guess I'll do the whole thing. We're also on SoundCloud, iTunes. What do you roll your eyes?
Well, I mean, you should do this at the end, but do it twice.
Okay.
Better.
I would just send the Twitter one. Just do one quick one and then do a big one at the end.
Well,
But
just
so
delete
not
this
everyone,
whole thing.
Yeah, not everyone's
No,
going
I'm
to.
gonna keep it.
All right, fuck off. Yeah, I'll just do a better one at the end. So we'll move. Craven, that's where we're starting. We'll move into our last subject. We're going to discuss real quick the Michigan game versus State. Not the game, but just Devin Bush going and cleating and kicking his foot around like a little fucking jackass mule on the Michigan State's logo. What are
You're
your
going to have to
thoughts?
explain. I didn't get to watch the whole game.
Well,
I
it was
got to watch
before.
more of
So
the
it was
Ohio
before the
State
game. I'm not. I'm kind of. I don't know all the details. I know it was before the game, and I think Michigan State was coming out. Like the whole team was coming out to do something. I don't know if they were gonna warm up or what, but none of them had their pads on or anything. And there was a couple of Michigan guys on the field for whatever reason, and from what I read, it looked like one of the State guys took one of the Michigan guys' headsets, like they were listening to music, but big headphones, and slapped him off his head. So Devin Bush freaked out, ran over to the logo, and just started kicking it and like ripping the paint off of the field.
It looked
Well, I'm
ridiculous.
watching it right
was a
now.
bad
Okay,
look.
yeah, this is pretty fucked up.
What's that?
It was a very bad look for Devin Bush.
Yeah.
But apparently, he had reasons for doing it. Michigan State.
I mean, what was
Players,
it?
like-
Some kid stole his fucking headphones. Who cares? That field, that costs way more than your
Yeah,
fucking
that-
headphones.
Right.
Your Dre Beats that costs $300 to $400 to $500, and that field, that logo itself probably costs over $1,000.
Well, it's just paint, so I don't really know how much.
I mean,
But he ripped
the
up the
turf
grass,
itself
which
is
is-
probably cost a couple grand.
I don't care about the money aspect of it because both those colleges have money. My thing is just the
I do. I
disrespect.
think that shows the immaturity of the fucking athlete not knowing.
Well, yeah. No, it is. It
You're
is.
not being an adult. You're just being a crybaby back bitch.
It's like a hockey
Yeah.
player going out and just
Yeah.
making divots in the ice.
You're like,
See,
dude, you don't
that's-
understand
that-
what you're doing. It just shows you're being immature and
Right.
you're not understanding the consequences of your actions.
I love college football. Well, I mostly just watch the Wolverines, but I love watching them play. But it just highlights why hockey's the best sport for me, at least, because if you go out on another team's center ice and do something stupid to their logo,
Oh, there'd be a fight.
dude, they're gonna kick your fucking head in.
Yeah.
And every team around the league is gonna hate you for it because that amount
Yeah.
of disrespect to another program is just. It's just ridiculous. If you're gonna act like a clown like that, wait until you get the NFL and you get your pay, and then you're just expected to act like an asshole once you get in the NFL. So that's fine, but you haven't made your money yet. So why don't you just be respectful of another club
See, if
or college, I should say, another organization.
if
So-
he knew who stole his headphones and just take a
I don't
number.
think they didn't steal it. They slapped it off of
then
one
take
of their
a
guys'
number.
heads.
Take a number and
Right, and light them up. Yeah.
yeah, and maybe you're not on. Maybe he's an offense and you're on offense, or vice versa.
Yeah, but
Then find
your
him
buddies will
afterwards
get 'em.
and maybe say something. I don't fucking know, but
Yeah.
don't go out of your way to make a fool out of yourself,
Your
your own
club,
your own program,
Yeah.
and it's just being selfish.
No, it is. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's not a team. You're just caring about yourself, especially
Right.
over fucking headphones. Who cares? It's hyped up. You're a football player, for fuck's sake. You're about to get crushed and hit some people. Some guy slapped some headphones off of yours. Calm the fuck down.
Like they're gonna fight anyways. Seriously, if you're gonna do it,
See, you
least-
want them to fight. I don't want them to fight because if they fought, there'd be 60 guys who, for one, haven't fought like hockey players have learned to fight, which is with a little bit of respect.
That's true.
Theirs would
That's
be
very
just
true.
an all-out brawl that
That's what they need to
people
add.
would get injured to a level that hockey players don't probably get injured to, just because there's so many more people involved and all of that.
right? Well,
More
plus
jumping and all of that.
yeah,
shit.
exactly. I was gonna say they're
Like,
not.
it's
gonna
not.
do
It's
it.
not like you take the guy one-on-one to
No.
fucking the 50-yard line and do a little brawl.
No. But well, I guess we'll call that our 5th episode. Real quick.
Jakob, hope you're having fun at this fucking game where there's like 15 shots and Detroit doesn't have one of them. So suck it.
They got a couple now.
Oh, do they?
Carolina
Great.
scored though.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, if you guys want to follow us on Twitter, it's at Pine Podcast, or you can just type in Riding the Pine. We're also on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube.
Spotify now.
Spotify now. Okay, I didn't know that. Cool. We're on Spotify. Again, if you like it, and you got some friends, you sit around and talk about hockey. Tell your buddies about us. We'd like to grow and get bigger. And if you're listening and you're a small business owner and you want us to, start advertising, we could also start that too.
Big business.
Did I just not sound like I was money grubbing so bad? Like, I obviously don't know what I'm talking about. The only time I know what I'm talking about is when we're talking about the Red Wings, and any other subject I don't know.
Even then, it's questionable.
Okay.
You can email us at writingpinepodcast@gmail.com if you have business inquiries.
We have an email?
I have an email. Not letting you
I
guys know.
didn't know we have an email. We've made it big.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Serious business inquiries only. Or funny pictures would be
Donations, GoFundMe.
fun. Donate. All right. We'll call it a podcast. We'll see you fuckers later. Fuck off.
See you, jabronis.